Hey folks, Eric here at Kelly's Concept. Today we are working on a 2012 Hyundai Elantra with the 4-cylinder engine. Customer complaints of a check engine light. So we'll go ahead and go through the process and see what's going on. First thing you want to do is put the car in the on position. This is the second click. Basically is right before you start the car. And then we'll go ahead and plug our OBD2 reader to the OBD port of the car. Now I have an Autel unit here, no affiliations, but you can just use any old scanner there is out there. Alright, we'll do automatic selection. Diagnostics. Regular OBD2 would probably already pulled up this code, but I want to go ahead and scan the entire car for any other issues. So it's going to go through and scan all the systems in this car. Like I said, your regular OBD2 will only scan for the check engine light. But like I said, this is working on a friend's car, so I'm going to see what's all wrong with it so I can just make her aware of it. Alright, so it looks like we got two faults. One in the ECS system, which is the stability control, and one in the engine, which is going to be your check engine. Alright, so it's complaining for P0335. This is your crankshaft position sensor. What the crankshaft position sensor does, it reads the position of the crankshaft itself. This is how it measures the RPM of your engine. This is how the computer knows that the engine is running or not. So some of the symptoms she's had is it randomly would just die on her. This would also lead to the reason why, because if the crankshaft position sensor is going bad, it would intermittently lose connection or give a wrong readout. Therefore, the computer would shut down the car, thinking the engine's dead. This is also when you first start up the car. This is how the computer knows the car is running, and this is what it also uses to measure against the cam sensors to make sure that everything is in time. So we'll go ahead and replace this sensor, because especially saying circuit A usually means that there's a problem with the sensor itself or the electrical connectors. Let's go ahead and see what the other problem is. Brake switch error and primary pressure signal error. Both of these show historical, so I'm just going to go ahead and clear these out. Not going to worry about those, and if they come back, then we'll address it then. But like I said, they're historical and they're not currently on. So anything could have led to that. Brake job, low battery, multiple things. But like I said, since it's historical, I'm not going to be worried about it. All right, let's go ahead and replace that crankshaft position sensor. All right, folks, as always, safety first. Bring up the car on the jack. Make sure you have a jack stand to support it. Crankshaft position sensor usually is right next to the crank pulley itself, so we'll go underneath the car. All right, folks, before we go underneath the car, this is what the crankshaft position sensor looks like. It's basically a measuring device that has a magnet in here. As you can see, it'll stick to the car. And basically that magnet has a sensor in there that reads, it's kind of like a Hall effect, where it reads the revolutions of the crank, the crank itself. Usually it has like a bunch of teeth, and then you'll have one missing that tells you, tells the car that's one revolution. So this would measure that those teeth, and as when it skips the teeth, it knows one revolution has completed. To get a better visual, we'll go ahead and take off the splash guard, a few 10 millimeters holding it in, and it should come right off. Like I said, we moved the splash guard off just to have a better visual for you guys, but it's located right here. This car is a little bit different. It's over by the transmission itself. It's got one connector, one thing that's clipped that holds it in, and the connector's up top. So all you need is a 10 millimeter, and I should just go ahead and get an oil pan here just in case we get any drainage. What you want to do is go ahead and undo the connector where it's tied into the clipped onto the bracket here. Just use a little pry tool, pry it off. So, there you go, like that, and then follow it up to where the connector is and undo the connector. As soon as you get that connector off, we'll go ahead and hit this with a thin wall 10 millimeter. Once you get that out, we'll go ahead and pull out the connector or the sensor itself. Alright, just get a little pry tool and pry it out. Notice there's an O-ring in there, and possible some oil may come out with it. But that's why we have this catch pan here. Installation is reversal. Get the new one here. And we'll put it in. Alright, go ahead and zap in that 10 millimeter real quick, and then go ahead and plug up your connector end. Once you get it in, don't forget to put the clip back on to the bracket so the wire doesn't go flopping around. And then we'll go ahead and put this under panel back on. All right, now that we've buttoned everything back up, let's go in the car and turn on and see how it goes. Fire's right up. We'll let it idle for a second. Go ahead and launch our OBD2 sensor reader up and see what we see. All right, so the sensor, the alarm is in history. Let's go ahead and erase those codes. All right, read codes. No codes are found. Well, folks, took it for a test drive and everything is good. This is for a 2012 Hyundai Elantra, for a check engine for a crankshaft position sensor. And hopefully you guys enjoyed the video and help fix your car. Please like and subscribe, and thank you for watching.